All right, everybody. Um, we're up to par 5 on the 65 Lincoln. Trying a different angle this time, so maybe you guys can see a little better and see what's going on. After we get done spraying the body with the candy, I went through and sprayed a Intercoat Clear. And what I did was sprayed it, cut it with a 2000. Did Intercoat Clear, and then I wet sanded it with 2000. And what you're seeing is the dry spray on it. So what I did, what we're going to do today is the clear. And I've showed you guys my clear before. It's the AM Tech clear. And I've already measured it out. It's 4-to-1. But I do a little more hardener. Make sure it gets a little hard, extra hard. People say not to do that. And then what I do is put some reducer in it. Not very much. And helps it flow a little better. And what I'm doing is mixing it nice and good. And we're going to plug in the compressor and the turn on the exhaust fan and start spraying something. And I use the blue tank rags. You don't have to wipe it real hard. Just a little bit of residue from washing the body down a little bit. Trying to get it out. And my paint stand's about wore out. It's about time to get another one. I actually have 3 of these, and they're well used. Actually, I'm going to push it all the way out, lock that body in. I don't want it to come off and look clear. I'll just do a nice little pack. Clear. This Glamour Clear is real good to use. I haven't had any issues with it. It sprays real nice and glossy and nice and hard, and once we shoot it, we'll let it sit for about 3 days. We'll wet sand it and polish it out, and then re-clear it. And we'll do some minor little touch-ups. When I sanded the body, I went through the primer in little spots, and when we started wet sanding the body a little bit, we went through a little bit with the 2000. So I just do some minor little touch-ups, and I did keep the candy that we mixed up in a jar. So we'll just mix that back in. On the gas door, we went through, and one section, I think it's right by the door, we'll just really barely touch it with the airbrush. I mean, barely touch it with the airbrush. I've got my heater at 73 degrees. See how I put that on there, and it'll level itself out. Difference between a very high solid clear, it'll, sorry about that, I kicked the tripod, and you need a little more pressure to put out. I'm putting about 30 psi with my compressor. And see how glossy that is? And I missed it. Yeah, a very high solid clear. It's once you get the hang of using it, you won't go back to something else. And it's a little more work. It's a little more money. But the outcome is amazing. When I used to do Harleys and real cars, guys used to claim the money he used to spend on them. And when I used to do my give them the estimates, but when I used to give them the final product, they understood what I was spending the money on. See, that was very dull when we started. It's real shiny and springs the flake right out. Um, and once we do the second coat, it'll be even deeper. That root beer candy and you just have to wait just a couple minutes for it to set up a little bit. You see me spraying a cardboard piece of tape down here in the bottom of the booth. I'm doing a test to see how dry it is. 72, 73 degrees in here, and humidity's right around 45%. And what I'm doing is a string test to see how fast it's setting up. And the reason I put a little extra hardener in it, it makes it set up a little faster. So you don't have to wait the 5-10 minutes in between coats. Now that's almost hard, the first coat. And I spread the second coat. We're getting ready to start it. So tells me that it's time I can start spraying it. And I'm just looking to see, make sure I didn't get any dry spray on it. And you see how close I am. I mean, I'm not 3-4 inches away. You want it fairly wet when you spray this because it's the high solids. See how wet that is? Now when it dries, it'll be nice and glossy. There's no dirt in this hood. So chances are I won't even have to wet sand it out. I may have to do 5,000 and just polish it out. Depends on how it shrinks back. And I always tell you, mix a little extra. That's how much I have left in my cup to do a body. And to do, I usually do, what's this cup? It's 10 millimeters to do a body. And by the time you do the hardener and little reducer, comes out to about it's 15 millimeters. But So yeah, we did one tag, 2 wets, and we'll do a third one here and let it dry for about 3 days. And then we'll do a little bit of wet sanding, polishing it, and then 2 more coats. And that's how I usually do my bodies, and they're a mirror when I'm done. Well, we're ready for the last coat, and alright, I don't know if you guys can see on camera the color of it and the gloss on it. It's real spectacular. We'll set this up here and try not to topple it over. See, it's got a little bit of the gold hue underneath the walnut brown, and then the root beer candy. Just real subtle. And then on the pillars, you can get the gold hue on the gold pearl, and that's how we shot that walnut base, real subtle. And on this side, it's picking it up so softly. Just depends on how you move the body around. Hopefully you guys are picking this up. And I'm going to clean the airbrush, and we're going to let it sit for a couple days, and we'll get back with you a couple days and this is straight out of the, you guys watch me spray it. See how it's picking up the gold undertones? I know browns ain't the most color to do a video with. It's not real spectacular for you guys to look at. And it's not like marble eyes or, you know, heavy flake and candies. And we'll do a video here shortly on, you know, flake and something real high end. But I just wanted to show you guys me spraying my clear, and I'll show you the hood and the light. So that's, you can kind of see the flake that's in it. Alright, everybody. You guys have a good one, and there you real good to see all the flake that's in it. See, it just depends on how the light hits you and all that. Alright, you guys have a good one, and we'll see you in a couple days.